Hello, I'm doing my speech persuasive paper over competition versus cooperation. I remember doing this speech. I was actually in debate team, and I remember debating about this in high school, so I decided it would be wise for me to pick this. I believe they both have their cons and pros, but competition definitely reigns supreme, in my opinion. There are many reasons why competition's better, but I would like to talk about three of them, and they are: competition encourages people to give it their all in everything they do when they're competing with someone or a group. The only practical way to determine excellence is through competition, and authoritarianism can suppress competition through cooperation. So those are the 3 points that I'm going to go over a lot. And the first one I would like to really discuss is competition makes everyone give their all in everything they do. For example, let's take the phone companies, Motorola and AT&T and all them. When they first created an iPhone, there was many things missing that they have now. And it wasn't until another company thought that something was wrong and something was missing, and the first one wasn't getting enough signal, that they created their own version of like the Droid or the Android and all those and made them better. But this created competition between the two, and they just tried to out-succeed the other company. And the end result is the phones are getting better and better, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, when you look at the very first iPhone, it was lacking a multitasking feature, and the screen wasn't as high as resolution as most iPhones are nowadays. And Droid saw this and made them better. Took multitasking into hand and then added a higher screen resolution. And when Droid ended up succeeding past the iPhones didn't like that and created a better screen, and they ended up giving a front cam to the phones, and that in return Droid didn't have, so they were beating, and it just continues. Competition continues and continues, and each phone gets better and better. Now, all of these problems that iPhone and Droid had were all solved through competition, and it provided them with many different ways of solving them. They saw each other's phones and what was wrong and started improving little by little each phone. And there was so many different solutions that they had through competition. Now, my next point that I would like to make is that the only practical way to determine excellence is through competition. And this is pretty obvious because when you're in high school and you think about sports, and you always have that one person on the team other than yourself that's really, really good, but you always try to compete with each other to get better. And it helped me so much having rivals on my own team to push myself to make myself better as a player and in the weight room. And you can use that as an example in anything, such as school grades or sports or in the workforce. And when you strive to be better, you will get better than people, and this makes this makes us as a nation better than others, and promoting people to do what they want to do and compete in college and everything makes us better. Now, the third point I'd like to make is in communist countries such as China, when a group reaches a consensus, it's natural for someone to agree or disagree in the group and try to make a better way of solving the problem. And in China, they don't allow this, which, China uses the model of cooperation in most aspects of their lives, and there's no room for competitiveness because you can't, combine cooperative and competition together. It just doesn't happen. Everything has to be cooperative. And that's China's downfall, is someone thinks they'll have a better idea, but they can't put it to good use through cooperation. They have to be competitive about it. Because of that one leader of the communist nation, they can't be competitive. Now, in a competitive model, there must also be a means of reaching a specific solution to a problem for a team to purpose. The difference is that anyone who feels strongly that the solution is wrong can leave the company or group wherever they're working and become a competitor against the team by joining another team. Now, cooperative doesn't allow that as much as competitiveness. Now, these are the three main points of why competition reigns supreme over cooperativeness. And in conclusion, for the United States, we encourage everyone to follow your own goals and dreams as an individual, and this promotes competitiveness in everything we do, and it makes us better as a nation. And it's this natural competitiveness that makes us strive better as a nation, and as an individual, it helps everyone out in the long run. Now, I hope we can all agree. I hope you guys see the argument I made and agree with me.